Hey, what's up everybody? This is Milo Silvestro. I'm the lead singer for the band Fear Factory, and today I'm here to talk about the mighty ZEROBREEZE Mark III. I've always been fascinated with cooling technologies in general and also the concept of a portable aircon. So I remember earlier this year I was digging deeper into the rabbit hole of portable aircons on the internet, and I found out about the ZEROBREEZE, so I got really fascinated by it. I'm a huge aesthetic guy, first of all, and it really appealed to me because of the, I would say, almost futuristic and industrial aesthetic. I've seen also a lot of positive reviews on YouTube and everywhere, so I decided to give it a try. I contacted the company. They've been so kind to send me a unit so I could try it out and give an honest review. So first of all, I want to give a big shout out to the ZEROBREEZE company. I'm on tour right now with my band Fear Factory. For those who don't know, touring bands, they tour on a tour bus, which is pretty much a house on wheels. We're mid-October right now. This tour started in September in the United States. And even in September, October, it gets pretty hot and humid somewhere like Texas, which we are in Texas right now in Dallas. And we play a bunch of show in Texas. We will play a bunch of show in Florida as well, in other hot places. And even though we do have a very powerful aircon and every tour bus has it, but sometimes either in some outdoor scenarios or even indoor, if you want to like turn the main aircon off and use a more like direct spot cooling, the ZEROBREEZE got you covered in that. Also, sometimes our crew likes to grill outside, and sometimes it's nice and sunny but a little hot, so I thought we would gladly use some extra breeze. I think it's always really convenient to have a product like this on tour. It can be like a hot backstage or whatever, or somewhere in a hot festival. So the main thing that this product was made for is to cool off rooftop tents. Of course, refers mostly to people who go camping. So rooftop tents, driving camping for RVs and trucks that don't have aircon. It has 7 modes, which we will get through in a minute. Without further ado, I want to go into a little bit of specs, and I also want to mention all the items that you're going to get in the package, and then try it out with you guys. For those who are familiar with BTUs, which is the British Thermal Unit, is a unit that is used to measure the cooling capacity of an aircon. This thing blows 5,280 BTUs, which is pretty impressive, and you will feel it once you turn it on. It blows really cold. It's really portable. I'm gonna lift it up, no big deal. It's just 22 pounds, which is around 9 kilos for the Europeans like me, or the Australians, whoever use a metric system. It's really light and portable. There is a handling here so you can transport it easily. I also want to mention the size, which is 22 by 10 by 12. For those who use the metric system like me, is 55 by 25 by 30. Is really reasonable. What you're going to get in the package is, of course, the ZEROBREEZE Mark III. You're also going to get the brick. It's needed to mention that this thing can be operated both with external battery that you can buy separately, or you can plug it to an outlet. And the cool thing about this is that whether if you're in the States or everywhere else in the world, like me in Italy, it's dual voltage, so you can use it either with 115 or 240 or whatever you are. You just change the AC cable and you're good to go. Needed to mention the battery option. I don't have it with me because the way that I wanted to use the ZEROBREEZE wasn't meant for camping, but for touring, which we always have our tour bus or dressing rooms, hotels, so we always have access to electric outlets. So I don't have it with me, but I still want to mention it because for those who are interested in camping, the battery is pretty much like a rectangular flat unit that you put the ZEROBREEZE on. If you use it at a reasonable wattage, it's going to last pretty long. And another cool thing about the batteries, for those who are interested in that, is that you can daisy chain the batteries. So when one battery dies, you have the other one taking over, and so on and so on. Or you can even plug it to solar panels. So this is really a game changer for people who are into camping. You're also going to get a remote, which I now velcroed to the unit, so I'm never going to lose it, and it works great. This is an option in case you want. You can Velcro it to your driving cabin, whatever you are, and you can operate the unit from far. You're also going to get the manual, which I'm holding right now in case I'm missing something. You're also going to get a drainage pipe for condensation water. Of course, this can be put somewhere in the grass or whenever you are if you're camping, but if you are in a scenario where you don't want to spill water, what I did is poking a hole into a bottle cap and just screw the bottle back in, and you're all set. All you need to do is just connect the drainage pipe to this little piece right here. I'm going to take it off so you can see. So this is where the water is going to come out. The cool thing about this unit is that it has an internal tank. You can store some of the drainage water, but once it's too much, it will automatically get rid of the water from here. So you only need to plug your hose in here, nice and tight, and you're all set. You're also going to get 3 duct hoses, which right now I have just one because this is what I need now. It was meant for an outdoor use. Right now I'm going to test it in the bus. But what you technically need for an indoor space is 2, which is one for the exhaust, which is going to blow hot air right here. This is the exhaust for the hot air. And either this or this on the front right here. These are the inlets, so they're gonna suck the air and make it cold, and then the cold air will be blown by the vent, of course. So what you want to do, idealistically, is to connect this hose on the back, and right now I'm gonna put it outside the window, so it's gonna get rid of all the hot air, and it's not gonna be blown here in a closed space. But what you also want to do is connect another hose, either here or here in the inlet, so the air that is going to be sucked in is not going to be recycled. Of course, that's going to make the performance even better, but I must say I've tried it just with the exhaust, and it works pretty good. So again, you're going to get these 3 duct hoses, the small, the medium, and the large. I got the large right now with me, which is supposed to go on the back for the hot air exhaust. You just need to expand the hose a little bit and screw the adapter in. It has this little part right here that pops right in, and I'll show you how. Voila. If you have like a rooftop tent really high, you can just stretch it longer all the way down, so the hot air that's going to be blown, it will be as far as possible from the area where this thing sucks air, so it's not going to recycle the same hot air. So you're going to get 4 of these outlet adapters, one for the back, one for the back inlet, one for the front inlet, and one for the actual cold air outlet. So you can put a hose in here in case you want to place the unit outside of your tent, for instance, and you just want to blow cold air to your tent. So you just take the adapter, you take the hose, and the hose goes directly into your tent, and you're ready to go. So as you can see, these are the 4 adapters. I don't have them with me because in tour, we don't have really a lot of space on the tour bus because it's 12 people. Everyone has their own stuff, so I just brought the essential, but I just wanted to show you all the items that you're gonna get in the package. So right now I will turn the Mark III on. I will place the hot air exhaust outside of the window, and we'll see how it's gonna work. To turn the unit on, just press and hold this button on the center. So first of all, I want to quickly go through all of the 7 modes. You change the mode with the same button. Let's start with the first one, which is rocket mode. So rocket mode is the maximum cooling capacity mode, and it goes from 350 to 500 watts, and with a single Mark III battery is going to last between 2 and 3 hours. It blows at the maximum capacity, and it blows really strong. You change the fan speed with this button right here. With these buttons, you change the temperature. So right now we are at the very minimum.
61. The cool thing about this product is also that it has a built-in thermostat, so you're not going to waste a lot of battery if you're running it on battery. So once it will settle on the right temperature, it will stay there instead of keep blowing cold and cold. The max mode is the cool mode, is the moderate cooling capacity. The power is between 200, 350 watts, and with the single Mark III battery, is going to last between 3 and 5 hours. Then you have sleep mode. Sleep mode is the lowest cooling capacity, and it's made for all those scenarios where you want to sleep with the aircon on, so you don't want it to be so loud. I must say the unit is not so loud per se, but with the sleep mode, you're gonna make it even less loud, and you can leave it on all night long. For instance, if you're sleeping in your tent. Then we got the fan mode. This is just a regular fan. It's just gonna blow air, and it's not gonna use the compressor to cool down the air. And of course, this is the least powerful mode. The power is somewhere between 12 and 17 watts, and a single Mark III battery will last between 60 and 85 hours. Then we have the dry mode. So the dry mode basically eliminates excess humidity. It is really useful in particularly humid environments, and the power is going to be between 350 and 500 watts, and a single Mark III battery is going to last between 2 and 3 hours. So then we have the care mode. Basically keeps the airflow from the outlet at a constant temperature. It's really useful if you want, let's say, use it as a spot cooler for your pets. If you travel with your dog, and you want to make them comfortable, it's going to be stable and consistent. The power is going to be somewhere between 150 and 350 watts. And with a single Mark III battery, it's going to last between 3 and 7 hours. So this is the heating mode. Surprisingly, this is mostly a portable aircon, but it can also be used as a heating device. So this is a unit that you can use and can be useful through all of the seasons. And I think this is really cool. The power is between 200 and 500 watts, and with a single Mark III battery, it's gonna last between 2 and 5 hours. Now let's go back to the rocket mode. So let's test this guy for a few minutes and see how it goes. So this is the actual thermometer that shows the temperature blown by the outlet vent. So we'll leave this on for a little bit and we will see how long it's gonna stay cold. So I have been running the Mark III for about 30 minutes and the temperature went all the way down to 44. Sometimes it goes to 42. It kind of swings between 42 and 43, 44. Now I have the main aircon turned off on our bus, which is right here. And I'll show you our lunch room. It's a pretty big lunch room, and I must say that this thing is almost cooling it down as much as the main aircon. Of course, it's not exactly the same, but it's up there. So I must say it's real impressive, and it's a really powerful spot cooling unit. But again, it's almost cooling off the entire room, which is pretty crazy. Also, I forgot to mention that you can turn on and off the light here. This is brighter. This is dimming, more like a dimming light. This is blinking. This is off. In case you want to sleep, to create kind of like a vibe, it's pretty cool. Also, blue is my favorite color, so when I saw it, I was sold. Also, it has a flap, pretty much like the flap in the air vents in your car, so you can direct the airflow. It moves up and down. So in conclusion, I must say I'm really satisfied with the ZEROBREEZE Mark III. I highly recommend it to all those people that are either into camping or that need just like a portable aircon on a trip or whenever, that can be run either on battery or on electricity. It surely does the trick. It blows really cold air, really strong. It can be used through all the seasons because of the heat mode. It has a lot of modes, so it can be used in different scenarios. It's really intuitive and easy to use, user-friendly. So I want to thank again the ZEROBREEZE team for sending me this unit. I'm really satisfied with it. Please check it out because it's an amazing product. Thanks again for watching. I'm Milo from Fear Factory, and this is the ZEROBREEZE Mark
3.